Hi, it's Mark again from MD Dog Training. We're out on another proofing walk with Stilton. Roll VT. Right, so today we're using equipment wise, we've got normal lead. The harness he's got on because he wears that for travelling in the car, so it keeps him safe while he's in transit. And then he's got a Hermspringer 2.25 prong on for when he's on lead, and he's got a Dogtra Arc 800 e-collar, and we're just doing a little bit more impulse control and e-collar proofing and lead proofing as well in a new environment. We don't come to this field often. There's quite a few dogs around, although none near to him at the moment. So and that is one of Stilton's things that we're working on, is he's great at obedience, and he's really good with this equipment when there's zero distraction, and he's good under all other types of distraction that dogs get, like squirrels and cats and stuff like that, where his focus can start waning, is when there are other dogs present, but they get closer and closer. And so the closer they get, the more kind of anxious and distracted his mind gets. So we've got him out. He's doing his own thing at the moment, but if I call him into heel, he'll come in. So he's thinking about not doing it there, and now he's come into heel. Good boy. There we go. And free. Good boy. So I'll do that periodically. I'll just bring him in and then release him again, so that he's well trained, well drilled under lower distraction, so that when there is other dogs around, I can hook him in and keep him at heel. If needs be, if another dog has got a beeline for him and wants to come over and say hello, I can put him on the lead, and then I've got a chance at keeping him under control whilst I shoo the other dog away. But for proofing purposes, it's pretty good to have him playing, chasing ball around other distractions. So stilts, Libet. So get him to drop the ball. Good boy. Little bit of negative reinforcement there, bit of pressure. I mean, you could even say that's punishment because I didn't keep doing it, but I put a bit of a verbal aversion on him, which could be considered a punishment. He dropped the ball and then he's back to being a good boy again. So you see, he loves the ball, he gets very excited. So something I like to do, and again, it's just good to practice in a distracted environment where you would most want them to be listening to you. Sit. So I'll practice getting him in a sit position. He might get a little bit itchy on the bum when I throw the ball, but I want him to stay there until I give him permission to go. And this is great for impulse control. So, oi, sit, wait. Again, usually I don't have to tell him to wait. He'll just stay where he is, but when there's a little bit more distraction, I might have to add that just so he definitely gets the message, wait. So I'll throw the ball, he'll watch it go, and then he'll look to me in a second. Free. When I get that little bit of engagement, I'll let him go. And then he'll go fetch, and he'll drift in near. He won't necessarily come right to, but oh, you're a good boy. Oh, he did this time. Good boy. You are a good boy. So we're just moving around. There is a spaniel over there in the distance. It's probably about 50 meters away, so it's not a thing for him right now. But if that was to come into about 20 meters and it was starting to be a bit active around him, Stilton would definitely feel a little bit of pressure from that. So he does have a little bit of anxiety with other dogs. I don't know whether it's the breed, because they're notorious for not necessarily getting on with other dogs. But he's not a no dogs type of dog. There's certain dogs he'll he'll give a pass to and they can play and he's fine with, and then certain others, generally the bully breeds, he'll feel a bit of pressure around, which we're working on. We don't always have the opportunity to work him on that because we don't have access to all the dogs, but yeah. And then other dogs, spaniels, he seems to get on with quite well, but you know, there's no hard and fast rule with him. He quite often will be a div to any type of dog, so we do have to watch him. We do like a slow intro for him with other dogs if we actually want him to meet another dog, which not necessarily, you know, most other dogs when we're out and about, it's not really a problem. But I've got some friends that have got dogs, and if we're going for a walk together, I'll do a slow intro. I'll sit, wait, free. Yeah, we'll do a slow intro. We'll do maybe with muzzle on lead, and if that looks good, then we'll take him off lead and let him have a little poke around. And if he still looks good, then we'll take him off muzzle and let him go. And that's been pretty fail safe so far. So yeah, and every time we do that, it's money in the bank. It's reps for him getting on with other dogs. So that's good. That's what we like to do. Just get him out, get him some reps in on just doing his thing around different smells, different animals, different dogs. Give him half a chance at becoming a good dog. I mean, he is pretty good anyway, but he's very, very good with obedience. Middle. Good boy. Sit. Wait. Free. Again, impulse control. When he's on the way back, wait. We'll stop him. Free. Good boy. Good boy. So, like I say, he's pretty responsive. But I can tell, you know, you can always tell because it's a new walk. We don't usually come to this field. You generally find that, especially when they're still learning, and you're still proofing their abilities in different settings, different distractions. Whenever you go to a new place, there'll be all different smells and experiences for them, sensory kind of input, which will lower the resolution of their what usually is accurate obedience, accurate obeying of commands. You can tell. I get it when I take him to, there's a group class we go to, and it's in a village hall, so there's not a lot of space between the dogs. He generally will perform a little bit better in that environment when there are less dogs in there. But if there's more dogs and we're kind of closely packed into the place, and if one of the dogs is spazzing, one or more of the dogs is spazzing out as well, barking lots, he can find that quite a pressurized situation. And you can tell that he finds it like that because, one, if he gets too close, he will react at the other dogs. But even without that, his sharpness on the commands he'd usually be able to perform very well becomes very laggy, or sometimes he'll miss on the second or third time. So that's why it's good to do gradual exposure. We take it slow. We get him around other dogs but at a distance. I wouldn't expect that he needs to be friends with all other dogs. What I do need is, when we're in any situation, I need him to at least be neutral and have the control over himself to not spaz out. And so I need to build his understanding that when he's with me and we're in whatever the situation, he's safe and nothing's going to happen to him, and we'll at least end up with a neutral dog that is well balanced and can be in most social situations without it ending in any kind of drama. We're going to keep working on it and get him to a place where he can live a full and happy life with minimal restrictions to his freedom as well. That's why I wanted to go for the e-collar too, because I did a lot of research on it, and for me I know that if I have to avoid him getting splatted by a car or into a fight with another dog which could leave him injured or the other dog injured and one or the other put down, I'd rather have the ability that if he's jetting over to anything that I didn't want him I've got the confidence that I know I can dab him on the neck and say, get back here, and I can make him hear that as well. So that's, to me, that's preferable over loss of his life through whichever means. With the e-collar, I've done it so that Stilts, see there, I'm giving him a little dab, brings him in, good boy, and that's just like a little tap on the neck, literally just like that. If you put those prongs on your skin at that level, which is 7 at the moment, you just wouldn't feel it. Generally people won't feel it on this model anyway till sort of mid to late teens, and then it's just like, it's literally like the sensation of a tapping on your skin. So that's what you're getting them to respond to, is a little tiny bit of pressure, touching on their skin, just letting them know, hey, I want you to come back here, or I want you to sit. It's just a little bit of negative reinforcement, just as if he's got the lead on, and I'll give it a little, if that's the lead, I'll give it a little pull up like that. I want you to sit, and that's that tap, 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 and he goes, oh yeah, and he sits his bum down, and then happy days. So I'll do it the same here with the e-collar. Sit, 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 good boy, sit, 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 good boy, down, good boy. So heavy resistance to the instructions there. I didn't dial him up at all on the e-collar, because he can feel the sensation, so he's actually willfully choosing not to do what I'm asking him to do. He knows exactly what sit is, he's done it a million times. But again, that's without giving him too much grief. That's a symptom of the fact that he's in a new environment. And sit, sit, good boy, down, good boy. And he's a little bit distracted, but that's okay. I think we'll wrap it up with that. Just a little insight into a little bit more proofing with this one. We'll see you next time. Peace.